और अभी आपको बराह रास्त लिए चलते हैं वज़ीर मुमलिकत बैरिस्टर अकील मलिक का तकरीब से खिताब जारी है।
Extremism, but also countering terror financing and countering terrorism in general. And my relevance goes back to when I was doing my master's in law, where I obviously, accustomed myself and learned about national security laws, but also going back to the international terrorist financing modules that I was so interested in. And that's where my interest sort of sprung in CVE, PVE, CT, and CFT. So not just stopping there, of course, now as a member of the Parliament, as a member of the National Assembly, at one of the international forums which we share with other parliaments and other parliamentarians, which is Inter-Parliamentary Union, IPU. I've also been honored to have been elected as a member from Asia-Pacific region on a high-level advisory group which is working on the issues pertaining specifically to countering terrorism and countering violent extremism. So that's another honor and a place where we not only share ideas, we learn the best practices that are being applied and adapted in other parts of the world or other continents. So hence my relevance here before all of you. I'm also cognizant and mindful of the fact that we don't have much time, but I'll try to cover all aspects of this very timely initiative and a two-day exercise that you have been involved in over these past 2 days, and learning new techniques, learning about new sort of issues that have cropped up in this technological advanced era or world. So first of all, I'd like to express the sincere appreciation to Sustainable Social Development Organization, SSDO, and the British High Commission for organizing this national dialogue on enhancing parliamentary engagement and the institutional capacity for counterterrorism and countering terrorist financing, which is obviously very timely, like I said, and very apt. And I think the involvement of all the parliamentarians, whether they are at provincial levels or national level, it is extremely important because we, as policymakers, we obviously need to be aware and need to really awaken ourselves with the challenges or the modern day challenges that we are faced with within this realm of terrorism and the newer sort of methods that are being adopted by these proscribed and terrorist organizations. Now, I also commend the organizers for bringing such a diverse group, and like you said, Qasar Saab, it's an ice-breaking moment or an exercise that has been taken as an initiative by SSDO and the BHC, because obviously bringing all of the stakeholders under one roof is a challenge in itself. But at the same time, I think it's very timely for you to bring everybody together so that all of us, we can converge for making better policies, better law enforcement, better coordination, and having a cohesive approach towards modern day challenges pertaining to terrorism and countering terrorist financing. So the dialogue, I'm sure you must have had a very significant discussions because obviously this dialogue recognizes the challenge of terrorism, terrorist financing, which obviously cannot be addressed by a single institution alone. And hence the convergence here, and hence for all of us being here, from parliamentarians to law enforcement to civil society to policymakers, so that we can all brainstorm, discuss ideas, exchange views, and work towards formulating better policies. Now, by focusing on the parliamentary engagement and the institution capacity, the discussion indeed strengthens the link between policy formulation and operational realities, which ensures that our counterterrorism and the CFT efforts which remain effective, responsive, aligned with our national and international commitments. Pakistan has framed a robust, comprehensive legal and policy frameworks to counter terrorism and its financing, reflecting the seriousness with which the state has approached these challenges. Through key legislation, and of course legislation, the very basis of that legislation, the Anti-Terrorism Act, ATA, which we amend from time to time, but of course a suggestion that I also received today.
इस्लामाबाद में वज़ीर मुमलिकत कानून इंसाफ बैरिस्टर अकील मलिक का तकरीब से खिताब जारी था। उन्होंने कहा कि दहशतगर्दी के ख़ात्मे के लिए पार्लिमानी निगरानी को मौसर बनाना वक्त की ज़रूरत है। दहशतगर्दों के माली मामलत रोकने के लिए इदारों की इस्तादाद कार में इजाफा नागुज़ीर है। उन्होंने कहा कि पाकिस्तान ने दहशतगर्दी के ख़िलाफ़ जंग में बेपनाह कुर्बानियाँ दी हैं।